Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to all my people all around the world. Your boy back week 2, quick takes part 2. After 8-8 week last week, we're gonna move on to this week. We're gonna try to be better, try to do better. We got a great Sunday 14 game slot. Let's just kick on with it. I know I've gone on long soliloquies on my picks. I'm going to try to make them shorter and concise, be right to the point, not take too much of you guys' time. Let's attack it real quick. Starting off very shortly, the Cleveland Browns are going to be in Jacksonville to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. And in this one, I got to roll with the Jaguars. This might be Deshaun Watson's last stretch to revive any part of the career that he has left on the field. I think it might be a close game. I don't have complete faith on the Jaguars as well because they have not shown me anything. And on that offensive line, I don't think they have improved even after they lost to the Chargers in the playoffs a few years ago. I don't think they've had any significant changes or significant additions into that offensive line. So it's pretty much the similar team. You got rid of Calvin Ridley. You got Brian Thomas Jr., who got his first touchdown. Congratulations. And then you have Gabe Davis, but you still have Christian Kirk. So there's still a lot of familiarity with the weapons. However, that offensive line is still in question. That defense is gelling a lot better. So I got to roll with the Jaguars after an atrocious performance at home by the Cleveland Browns. Moving on to the New York Jets, trying to get their first win under Aaron Rodgers in Tennessee against the Titans. And I gotta roll with the Jets on this one. Yes, the Niners absolutely steamrolled the New York Jets on Monday Night Football this past week. However, Niners gonna do that to all, if not every single team. Obviously, except for the Chiefs, but I digress. But any good team's gonna go up against the Niners. They're gonna have their good days. They're gonna have their bad days. Those are called battles. Jets are still trying to figure each other out while Niners are a juggernaut. So I'm not going to compare those two teams. But between these two teams, I will roll with the Jets. Tennessee literally threw the game away. With Levis, your second-year quarterback now. You can't be making mistakes like that. If a rookie did that, I would understand. If Caleb Williams did that last week, I would completely understand. But having Will Levis do that, not giving me a lot of faith on the Titans at this moment. I think Aaron Rodgers and Garrett Wilson's about to be one of the most deadliest combo. One of the reasons why I got Aaron Rodgers as my backup quarterback after Patrick Mahomes on my fantasy football. Yeah, we're rolling with the Jets, Jets on that one. Niners at Vikings. CMC in the IR. Prayers out to you. Hope you do well. Hope you recover very quickly, and we do see you back on that field sooner rather than later. However, we are still rolling with the Niners after the performance that Jordan Mason had against the New York Jets. I think the Jets front seven, their defense as a whole is a lot superior to the Vikings. And the Vikings offense, yeah, they showed out last week, but they did also play the Giants. And Giants are so terrible that I'm not even gonna give them a passing mark or anything for doing anything against the Giants. So yeah, we're rolling with the Niners on that one. And we move on. Next one, Chargers at the Carolina Panthers. Talk about being atrocious. I don't think there's any other team more atrociously bad after last week than the Carolina Panthers. We used to have talks about Cleveland Browns getting beat by Alabama. Carolina's kind of getting to that I'm sorry, Panthers fans, that is your unfortunate truth. Chargers, I actually think might run 200 yards on y'all. I promise I don't hate y'all. I'm just being real. I think their physicality, I don't think you guys can't match up with it. I don't think a lot of teams are going to be able to match the new Chargers physicality. So yeah, we're rolling with the Chargers in this one. Seattle at Patriots. Talk about another questionable team. On this one, we are going to be rolling with the Seattle Seahawks. I know they're on the road. They got to go from West Coast all the way to the East Coast. However, 158 yards passing for the Seahawks against 120 yards passing by the Patriots. So neither team are passing team. They're both defensive reliant teams. Both head coaches are defensive reliant head coaches and defensive head coaches. However, the weapons that Seattle has and the quarterback that Seattle has, I think they have a slight edge on that. So I will roll with the better quarterback and Geno Smith. All love to Jacoby. All love to Jarrell Mayo. I think they will build a new foundation for a new dynasty, possibly for the Patriots to happen. But at this moment in time, this might be Seattle's first win of the season. Saints at the Cowboys. We are rolling with the Cowboys on this one. Why, King? Why? Because the way that they dominated Cleveland Browns. I know Cleveland played with second string tackles on both sides, but the way they controlled that line of scrimmage on the first week, they're not joking. They're here, they're the bullies, and they want to take your lunch money. We'll see if the bullies get bullied in the playoffs again like last year. But for now, Cowboys are back to being the bullies, and I gotta roll with that one. Plus, Saints played the Panthers at, like I just mentioned, playing the Giants, playing Panthers. You don't learn anything about yourself in those matchups. This is where Saints are actually going to learn who they are and how good of a team that they actually have. If they do get the upset, congrats to them. Had for Derek Carr. But for now, I think Cowboys is just way too stacked to be losing this game. Giants at Commanders. Talk about losing this game. This might be the Losers Bowl. And I'm sorry, Washington fans, because the quarterbacks, they both haven't showed anything. I know Jaden Daniels, Heisman winner, number 2 overall pick. He just started. First game of the year, rookie, but he had over 10 rushes. He barely passed the ball, and the pressure kept coming at him. The offensive line will have to be developed, will have to be retooled, and will have to be their strength. Since the days that Trent Williams probably back there. But I still got to roll with the Commanders on this one. G-Men, I don't think you guys understand how terrible you guys are, and this is with all the love in my heart. That's the nicest way I could put it. I don't know what you guys need. I don't know what you guys need to do. I'm not even going to try to indulge myself in that conversation. But I will roll with the Commanders on this one. I was going to roll with the Giants, I do believe, but nope, never mind. We're switching it on the spot. Sorry. Not. Moving on. Bucks and Lions. A revenge game for the Bucks for the playoff game last year in Detroit as well. This one back at Detroit. And I think the way it went last year is going to be followed to this year. I know Tampa Bay might be a little bit more hungry for this win, might have a point to prove. They're still getting looked at like underdogs, but they're really not underdogs if you really think on it. That defense is ferocious, led by Todd Bowles. You have that offense, which has playmakers everywhere. Rashad White's a solid back. Why not? However, Oh, that Lions offensive line. If you guys watched Sunday Night Football last week, it was nasty. I mean, nasty as in if you love some big men, just, hand-on-hand combat, just at the line of scrimmage. If you love that type of battle, it was a battle. However, they still have J-Mo, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jahmyr Gibbs. Like, I could start naming weapons all day for the Lions. Same with the Bucks. It might be closer than I am expecting it to be. I think it will be less than 2 touchdowns in between them. Probably less than 10 points. Might even come down to a field goal. But Lions take this at the house. Got to. Colts at Packers. After Jordan Love's injury, I know they're prolonging it. They are going to roll with Malik Willis. Oh my God, is it breaking news? No, it's not. Pardon me. So we are rolling with the Colts in this one. Josh Jacobs, he needs to step up. That's the easiest way to help out Malik. Give and feed your running backs. I don't know who their RB2 is. If Adrian Dillon is still there, that makes it a lot easier. Run the ball with those two guys for over 30 times. They'll load the box, try to get some play action, some bootleg. Him rolling to his right, I know he likes doing that to have him throw on the run, have him go on like a bootleg runs as well. Try to limit his risk-taking passes, like where he needs to fit it in a tight window or something. Just try to get his wide receivers open, get the ball to his hand, get the ball to their hands quickly off of Malik, and let them do their thing, because the Packers are stacked with the receivers. But the throw that AR-15 made last week in the Strat house, absolutely filthy. And off of that, I'm just going to go with the Colts. Also, JT in the backfield, healthier. I can't make excuses. Colts all the way in this one after that J-Love injury. Prayers out to you as well, my guy. Rams at the Cardinals. NFC West showdown. It's an interesting one. No Puka Nacua. How are they doing after last week's Sunday Night Football primetime loss? It's still a lot for the Rams to kind of overcome. However, I think this is the perfect time. I think a division matchup after a hard-fought loss last week in the division, well, in the conference as well, does make sense. So, gotta roll with the Rams in this one. But that Puka Nacua not being there, just Cooper Kupp being there, he could get doubled, and I don't trust any other weapons, nor do I know them. But I think Rams still have more talent on their roster than the Cardinals do, so gotta roll with the Rams in this one. Short, sweet, concise. Love y'all. Next one's gonna be a massacre, y'all. Steelers at the Broncos. The way TJ Watt was going up against Caleb McGarry, the way he ended that game. Michael Glinchey, I hope you have not slept, because you need to, or I hope you have slept plenty, because you're going to be wide awake in the game, my boy. You're going to be running and hoping and praying and just wishing to God that this game ends quickly, because TJ Watt is coming, Alex Highsmith's coming, so is Cameron Hayward, along with Justin Fields. And I think if they don't turn the ball over, I do believe in the Pittsburgh Steelers to win this game. I believe in Mike Tomlin over Sean Payton. Offense versus defense, and I'm going to take the defense. It's really that simple. Sean Payton versus Mike Tomlin, and I'm rolling with Tomlin. It's pretty simple in that sense. However, Broncos were also 1-4 in the red zone and had 60 penalty yards on 8 penalties. The quarterback's a rookie. The rest of the roster is not young. If penalties keep on happening, that's on the coaches and the coaching staff. Hey, man. I don't know what they're doing up in Denver, so y'all gotta tell me. Let me know. Until that, gotta roll the Steelers. Y'all just making my job a lot easier. But next one, it's not something easy at all. Not something easy for the players. Not at all easy for us to call. But I will roll with the Chiefs in this matchup of two AFC powerhouses, let's call them. Cincinnati Bengals taking a visit up to Kansas City, Missouri to take on the hoes of the Convicts. And for the Bengals to be taken seriously after that Patriots loss, they're going to have to go there. They're going to have to knock off the champions off their pedestal. That's said, easier than done. But as much as it hurts my soul, I gotta roll with the Chiefs on this one. We have a 14-game slate, y'all. I'm not too confident in some of my picks after the way their picks have been going last week. Also, my Monday Night Football game and my Thursday Night Football game picks, literally what I said, the opposite happened. So we do have fingers crossed, hoping that it does, happen again where we're going one way, but the tide shifts to the other. So we'll see how that goes. But we are rolling with the Chiefs in this one. That Joe Burrow wrist is still questionable for me. The injury actually sustained by T. Higgins is still lingering, and a hamstring issue like that can linger throughout the season. Jamar Chase yesterday came out, talked about how he was misled by the Brown family and the Bengals organization, talk about his contract. So all of that, Kansas City paid everybody, everybody's happy, everybody got rings. They're just gonna go at their house and take care of business. It's sometimes really that simple, y'all. Like, take care of business. That's it. Don't beat yourself. Do your job. Shout out Coach Belichick. And talk about Coach Belichick. Let's get historic real quick. The number 1 overall pick to one of the most historic franchises ever versus the number 2 overall pick from last year who came out to be one of the best rookies of all time. Caleb Williams versus CJ Stroud, Sunday Night Football. Let's get cracking with it. We are rolling with the Texans, Adam. Last week, Chicago survived. They did not win that game. Will Levis literally went, and threw the game away. So we are not going to get swayed by the 1-0, but actually pay attention to how they were losing for most of that game. And that's not because of the defense. The defense is absolutely phenomenal. The offense could not move the ball. The offensive line still needs work for the Chicago Bears. On the other hand, surprisingly, a team last year that could not run the ball at all with Dameon Pierce and the makeshift offensive line ran over 150 yards last week on a pretty good front seven of the Indianapolis Colts. So what do you want? Run game, pass game, they got it all. They'll take care of it, and they'll walk out of their own Shroud House with a win. And it's really that simple, y'all. Finally. My Raider Nation, we are here. Shortly, we will be taking on the Baltimore Ravens. And I'm going to be real with y'all. After what I saw from that offensive line, especially the inside of that offensive line, I don't have trust in our boys this week. And it hurts for me to say, but I'm a realist. I'm not going to just blindly pick my team every time. I'm going to be real with y'all. If we control that line of scrimmage, we should be good. Also, as a team, Every time it's a 1 o'clock Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific games. Raiders always struggle for the most part. Since I've been a fan, this is my 11th year being a Raider fan. We always tend to struggle in the 10 a.m. games. I guess AP made everybody wake up at 6 to kind of get acclimated to the hour difference between West Coast and East Coast, and that might be helpful. That might be beneficial, but I don't think that will be it. Controlling gaps, Divine Diablo, I am speaking to you, my boy. Please, 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 just stay near a gap. I know you're pursuing, but when you over pursue sometimes, and when you overshoot gaps sometimes, there's another gap that gets left wide open that players like J.K. Dobbs just take it, gone. 110 yards in 10 carries, 130 yards in 10 carries, whatever it is, gone. And we cannot let that happen. They got Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson, y'all. Like, just control what we can control, be secure in our tackling. Let this game be dictated by physicality, and go out there and out physical them. Four quarters in a row. That's it for me for now. 14 games about to kick off very shortly. I hope y'all have a fabulous weekend, and I will catch you guys very, very soon, which is tomorrow, for a quick, definitely quicker than today's Monday Night Football little breakdown for y'all. So then, I hope y'all have a fabulous weekend, and I'm gonna catch y'all very, very soon. Peace.